Good morning, students. In our previous class, we have completed lesson number 7 of geography, that is human environment, settlement, transport, and communication. Now, in I have shared my PDF of question answers of lesson number 7 in the group also and on student portal also. Try to complete the question answers whatever given in the PDF in your notebook neatly. In my next whenever notebook assessment 2 will be there, I'm going to ask for the question answers of these lessons which we are doing now. Lesson 7 also I'm going to ask the question answers, so please try to complete the work in the notebooks neatly. Now today we will continue with the geography lesson only, and the new lesson is lesson number 9, which is coming in your syllabus. Lesson number 9, life in the desert. So, as the name indicates, the name of the lesson, the heading of the lesson, that is life in the desert. You can clearly understand that in this lesson, you are going to read about the life of the people who all are living in the desert area. That means what type of vegetation is there, what type of animal life is there in the desert, plus how the human beings are means living in that desert areas, how they are coping up with the deserted area, the climate of the desert, plus the animal, the plant life, and what all occupations the people are having in the desert. So in chapter 5, you have seen that water means life to the plant life, plant, animal, and people. So water is an essential means for the life of the plant, animal, and people. And that is why it is difficult for anyone to live in places where there is no water to drink. Uh, as you know that water is the main important thing for the life of plant also, animal also, and human beings also. And if anybody will not get the water to drink, then surely he or she will be dying. Even the plants and animals will not remain uh, there in that particular area where the water is not there. Then it is difficult for anyone to live in the places where there is no water to drink, where there is no grass for their cattle to feed on, and where there is no water to help the crops to grow. So, this is the importance of our water. Due to the water only, you are able to survive survive there. Plus, if the water is not there, then no grass, no animal, no plant will be there growing. In the particular area. So we will now learn about the places in world where people have learned to cope up with the extreme harsh temperatures, in some places as hot as fire and some as cold as ice. So we are in this lesson we are going to read about the places of the world where the people have means adapt themselves, cope up with the extreme harsh means where the people have adapted themselves to the extreme harsh temperatures, and where some very hot temperature is there, and somewhere very cold as ice, that condition is prevailing in that particular area. But then those areas also where the extreme climate is there, it is too much hot or it is too much cold, in those conditions also people have tried to cope up with these conditions, to adapt the environment, and they have started living in these conditions also. So, what does the word desert means? It is an arid region characterized by the extremely high or low temperatures and has scarce vegetation. That means scarce vegetation, very less vegetation is there, and it is characterized by the extremely high and low temperature. Either this desert is having very high temperature or it is very low, very cold area. So vegetation cover is also very less plants grow in this type of condition. So there are desert areas of the world. These are characterized by low rainfall, scanty vegetation, and extreme temperature. So, how the desert area is characterized? The desert area is characterized by low rainfall, that means less rainfall is there, scanty vegetation, less plant life is there, and extreme temperature means either too hot or too cold temperature is there in that particular area, and that is the characteristic of a deserted area. Now, depending on the temperature, there can be hot desert or cold desert. Now, according to the temperature, we can divide the desert area into hot desert and cold desert. The people inhabit these lands wherever little water is available to practice agriculture. So, wherever little water is also available in these type of desert, whether it is hot or whether it is cold desert, then little water is also available, people start living near that water source and they start practicing agriculture, they start growing crops over there for their livelihood. Now, first and foremost thing, we are going to read about the hot desert, and example is the place of the hot desert is Sahara Desert. So look at the map of the world and the continent of Africa. Locate the Sahara Desert covering a large part of North Africa. So, where is the Sahara Desert located? Sahara Desert is located in the large part of North Africa. You can underline this. Sahara Desert is located in the large part of North Africa. It is world's largest desert. So, which is the world largest desert? It is the Sahara Desert. It has an area of around 8.54 million square kilometer. So what is the area covered by the Sahara Desert? It is around 8.54 million square kilometer. Now, do you recall that India has an area of 3.2 million square kilometer, and the Sahara Desert touches 11 countries. These are, now this Sahara Desert touches the 11 countries, and these are Algeria, Chad, Egypt, Libya, Mali, Mauritania, Morocco, Niger, Sudan, Tunisia, and Western Sahara. So these are the places, these are the countries which Sahara Desert is touching. That means it is so much, it is on so much large area. When you think of the desert, the picture that immediately come to your mind is that of a sand. So when you as soon as the word desert comes in your mind, the picture of the sandy area comes to your viewpoint in your eyes. But beside the vast stretches of sand that Sahara Desert is covered with, there are also gravel plains and elevated plateaus with very rocky surface. So apart from the sandy area, Sahara Desert is also having the gravel plains, the plain area, and little elevated plateaus. Elevated plateaus means little higher, higher from the higher raised grounds. We can say raised grounds and the form of plateaus and rocky surfaces also the Sahara Desert is having. And these rocky surfaces may be more than 2,500 meters high at some places. Now you will be surprised to know that present day Sahara once used to be lush green plain. So whatever the condition of Sahara Desert we see today, it was not as such in the early years, because it was very lush green. Lush green means it was very greeny. Many trees were there, and it was a plain area. Then cave paintings in Sahara Desert show that there used to be rivers with crocodile. That means in Sahara Desert, the rivers were there with the crocodiles, with the animals, elephant, lions, giraffe, ostriches, sheep, cattle, and goats were common animals were also found in the Sahara Desert. but the change in the climate has changed it to the very hot and dry region. As the climatic condition changed in the Sahara Desert, that is why from the lush green plain, it has become the Sahara desert area. You can see here in the Africa part with the pink color, it is the Sahara Desert. Now next is climate. Now how does climate affects the people? The climate of Sahara Desert is scorchy, hot and parched dry. That means the climate of Sahara Desert is very dry and scorchy hot. Means uh, it is very hot in the Sahara Desert. It is a short rainy it has a short rainy season. So Sahara Desert is also having a short rainy season. That means little bit rain is also there in this region. The sky is cloudless and clear. Here, the moisture evaporates faster than it accumulates. The moisture, that means the wetness in the air, accumulates, evaporates faster, means it goes away faster than it accumulates. Accumulates means it is collected. The moisture is not collected so much as it evaporates. वो जल्दी से evaporate हो जाता है moisture. Days are because of the very hot climate over there. Days are unbelievably hot. So days are very hot in Sahara Desert. The temperature during the day may be soar as high as 50 degrees Celsius. That means the temperature during the day in the Sahara Desert may soar. May soar means it can go so much high as to 50 Celsius, heating up the sand and bare rocks. The sand and the rocks get heated up due to this high temperature, that is 50 degrees Celsius, which in turn radiates heat, making everything around hot. And that is why the temperature in that Sahara Desert is very hot everywhere. The nights may be freezing cold. Now, the nights in the Sahara Desert may be freezing cold with temperature nearing 0 degree. Now, in the night, as we know already, that as soon as the soil get heated fast, it gets cooled down also very fast. So, during the day, as the temperature is very high in the Sahara Desert, it get the soil, the sand and the rocks get heated up very fast during the day, but during the night the temperature goes to 0 degree and it is very cold, freezing nights in Sahara Desert. Al Azizia is in the Sahara Desert south of Tripoli, Libya, recorded the highest temperature of 57.7 degrees Celsius in 1922. So you can underline this also. This is an important uh, knowledge which is given, that Al Aziza in the Sahara Desert. Al Aziza is a place in the Sahara Desert and it is south of Tripoli, Libya. It has recorded the highest temperature and it was recorded in 1922, and the highest temperature was at that time in 1922 in Al Aziza was 57.7 degree Celsius. Next, coming to flora and fauna, vegetation in the Sahara Desert include cactus, date, palms, and acacia. So these type of plant life is present in the Sahara Desert. That is, cactus, thorny plants are there, dates are there, palms are there, and acacia is there, where who need less water. Then in some places there are oases also. And what is oasis? The green island with date palms surrounding them. They are called as oases. Then camel, hyenas, jackals, foxes, scorpions, many varieties of snakes and lizards are the prominent animal species living over there. So in Sahara Desert, what type of animals are found? Animals like camel, hyenas, jackals, foxes, scorpion, and different types of snakes and lizard are also found in the Sahara region. So I hope this climate and flora fauna is understood by you all. Now coming to the people. The Sahara Desert, despite its harsh climate, has been inhabited by the various group of people. Now, though it is very harsh, it is the Sahara Desert is very is having very harsh climate. Means in the daytime it is very hot, scorchy hot, very much hot, and during the night it is very cold. That is a freezing temperature is there during the night. But then also people are living in this type of situation condition, who pursue different activities, who pursue different activities means are indulged in who are indulged in doing different types of activities in Sahara Desert. Among them are Bedouins and Tuaregs. So the people living in the Sahara Desert are Bedouins and Tuaregs. They are the special communities which are living in the Sahara Desert, Bedouins and Tuaregs. These groups are nomadic tribes rearing livestock. Now, these Bedouins and Tuaregs are the group of nomadic tribe. Nomadic tribe are the people who move with the uh, means with their animals from one place to another. So these are the nomadic tribe people. Bedouins and Tuaregs are the group of nomadic people who rear the livestock such as goat, sheep, camel, and horses. These type of animals are reared by the nomadic tribes, Bedouins and Tuaregs, and these animals provide them with milk, hides, and which they make leather for belts, slippers, water bottles. Hair is used for mats, carpets, clothes, and blankets. So these nomadic tribes, Bedouins and Tuaregs, rear the livestock. Livestock means rear the animals, keep the animals, take care of the animals such as goats, sheep, camels, and horses. And in return, these animals, from these animals, they get the milk of these animals, the hides, that means the skin from the animals, to make leather belts, plus slippers, water bottles are all made by the skin of these animals. Plus hair is also used for mats, carpets, clothes, and blanket of these animals. That is why these nomadic tribes rear the livestock, keep the animals with them. They wear, now about their cloth. They wear heavy robes as protection against dust storms and hot winds. Heavy robes are the long gowns. These type of people, Bedouins and Tuaregs, wear the heavy gowns, type big robes as protection against the dust storms and hot winds. Hot winds every time in the means during the daytime, hot winds blow, dusty storms are there in the Sahara Desert. That is why these type of people who live there, they wear the heavy robes. बड़े बड़े चोले टाइप पहनते हैं, लंबे कपड़े, so that they are being protected from the dust storm and hot winds. Now scientists have actually found, here you do you know, scientists have actually found skeletons of fish in this desert. Even the skeleton of fish in this desert has been found, which we cannot imagine nowadays, that we will be surprised to know that uh, was really the fish present in this type of condition. Yes, it was there, that because the scientists have found the skeletons of the fish. But what could have happened? What could have happened means, the just because of the change in the temperature, due to very hot temperature in the this particular desert area, might be all the water bodies have been dried up, the water have been evaporated, and that is why the skeleton of fish are found by the scientists over there. Because of the change in the climate, the condition is such a condition has changed. The oasis is the Sahara, in the Sahara, and the Valley is in Egypt, suppose the settled population. Now oasis, wherever little bit water is also there in a type of fountain, near that only the population, the people start residing, living near those uh, little bit oasis areas only, near the watery area only, near Nile River in Egypt also, that support population means where the population can be settled there near the rivers, that is Nile Valley, near the Nile Valley, near the oasis where little bit water is also present. Since water is available, the people grow date palms. वहाँ पर जैस थोड़ा सा पानी थोड़ा सा भी है अवेलेबल, तो देयर द पीपल ग्रो डेट palms, खजूर के पेड़ उगाते हैं वहाँ पर. Crops such as rice, wheat, barley, and beans are also grown. Egyptian cotton, famous worldwide, is grown in Egypt. Now, which type of cotton is famous worldwide? It is the Egyptian cotton. So you can underline this. Though the vegetation is less, though there is less scanty water, but then also wherever little bit water is also found, there the growth of vegetation is there, the growth of crops is there. People are settled around that oasis and river Nile valleys in Egypt, so that they can have at least little bit of water for the growth of the crops and for their animals and for themselves. Now, the discovery of oil, that is a product in great demand throughout the world in Algeria, Libya, and Egypt, is constantly transforming the Sahara Desert. That means now the discovery of oil is also there in the Sahara Desert, that had been changing the life of the people of the Sahara Desert. Other minerals of importance that are found in the area include iron, phosphorus, and manganese uranium. That means other minerals are also found apart from oil. Other minerals like iron, phosphorus, and manganese uranium are also found in this Sahara Desert. The cultural landscape of Sahara is undergoing changes. Now, the landscape of Sahara Desert is undergoing changes daily. Gleaming glass caged office buildings tower over mosques and super highways crisscross the ancient camel paths. All this is found now in the Sahara Desert, where we can see the glass caged office buildings, the tower over mosques, and super highways crisscross the ancient camel paths. All these we can see in the Sahara Desert also now. Means a great change in the landscape of Sahara is coming nowadays. Trucks are replacing camels. Now trucks are also there. Previously, if we see that camels were as camels are called the ship of the desert, that means they were only used for the transportation of human beings, uh, going from one place to another, plus taking the things also. Camels were used, but nowadays trucks are used by them, by the people of Sahara Desert in the salt trade. Now trucks are replacing camels in the salt trade, so salt trade is also there. Tuaregs are seen acting as guides. Now the Tuaregs, who were the people, nomadic tribe people, they are acting as guides to the foreign tourist. Now, whosoever comes as a tourist to see, to visit the Sahara Desert, they have been guided by the Tuaregs. Now, Tuaregs have taken the activity of as a guide to guide the foreign tourist to show the places in the Sahara Desert. More and more nomadic herdsmen are taking to city life, finding jobs in oil and gas operation. But few nomadic herdsmen are uh, taking to the city life, means going to the cities and doing jobs over there, various jobs over there, as jobs concerned with the oil or gas operations. So this is the life of the people there. we have seen that mostly the tribal people, nomadic tribes live over there, Bedouins and Tuaregs. They tame the animals, and the animals in return they get the milk, hides, skin, and all. And uh, they also we also have seen that as the cloth they wear the heavy robes, big gowns over there to protect from the dust and storm. Then slowly they start living around the oasis where little bit of water is also there, so that they can grow crops, they can get water for themselves and for their animals. Then nowadays discovery of oil is there, and cultural landscape is totally changing of the Sahara Desert, and people are indulged in many activities. Even Tuaregs has been acting as a guides. Previously they were just the nomadic tribes moving from one place to another, but now as they are acting as a guide for the foreign tourists, and many of them had gone to the city life for the job purpose in the oil or the gas operation. Now, depression are formed when the wind blows. Now, this is the knowledge given, extra knowledge given to you, that depression are formed when the wind blows away the sand. That means when the topsoil, uh, uh, s- top sand is carried away due to the wind blowing of the wind, then the depressions are there. And in the depression where underground water reaches the surface, an oasis is formed. So in this way, the oasis is formed in the depression, the where the underground water reaches the surface. When the underground water reaches the surface, the oasis is formed. That means when the sand is carried away due to the blowing of the wind, the depression, a type of depression is there, low level land is there, and in that underground water reaches the surface, then it is called as oasis. These areas are very fertile. The areas near the oasis is very fertile, and people may settle around these water bodies and grow date palms and other crops. Sometimes the oasis may be abnormally large. That means large water bodies can be there. Then we can, the example is given here. Tefililit oasis in Morocco is the large oasis with the area of about 13,000 square kilometer. This is an example given. Which oasis is the largest oasis, and what is the area? That is the Tefililit oasis in Morocco is the large oasis with the area of about 13,000 square kilometers. So that's all was about the uh, hot desert, that is we have read about the Sahara Desert, the different what type of uh, temperature is there of the Sahara Desert, what type of climate is present, what type of flora and fauna, animal life and plant life is there, and how people have adopted themselves in such a situation where the temperature is very hot and sometimes it is very cold there. Now, in our next class, we are going to continue with the cold desert of Ladakh. Till then, you try to read this, the hot desert of Sahara, and if any doubt, you can ask me. In our next class, whether live class is there or video uploading is there, we will continue with this lesson and with the cold desert in Ladakh. Till then, take care. Thank you.